What is up, everybody? Good morning. I'm Matt, that's Paul, and we're here for your morning fishing report for Oneida Lake. Well, listen, I put the boat back in the water last night, so it's back at my dock, and I will be back in my normal morning routine out here, starting today. It's 9 o'clock, 9:20 right now. We got out here in the dark, left my house at 6 a.m. Water temp still in the mid to upper 60s. 66 degrees was what we had out in the west end, and we fished this side of the green buoy right there by the islands. We came out in the dark, haven't been in the west end since the spring, honestly. We haven't been down that way, and so we said, okay, let's see what's going on. We found bait, we found 2 schools of perch already, and we found walleyes. So we caught 4 species today: perch, sunfish, sheep's head, and walleyes. We had 4 keepers, 4 shorts, along with our other mixed bag. So for less than 3 hours of fishing, that was a pretty fun morning. We got out there, it was glass, slick, just a little bit of breeze. It was perfect, and that first drift was probably our best drift, and then we picked after that. Quite a few boats out there this morning. I mean, there was 6-8 boats for a Monday morning, the end of September. Like I say, with the water temperature, this water hasn't really started to cool down yet, so if you haven't been out in a while, you haven't missed anything. The fishing's been very good. Again, I haven't been on Oneida, but you know, all you got to do is watch Facebook and especially the guys still trolling with either stick baits or worm harnesses or still catching fish. We did all of our damage today on a blade bait. Homie the Clown, actually. I think Homie, you were fishing it, and so was I. We both did throw a swim bait a few times. We didn't really commit to it, but it looked like it could have been. We heard a lot of activity on the surface, and there was a lot of bait in the west end. High bait in the water column. So that to me means swim bait season. I've been anxiously waiting for this swim bait bite to start, and it will, but it has. I mean, you can always catch fish on swim baits, but that good fall bite when that water starts to really get cold hasn't happened yet. Tomorrow's the 1st of October, so the time is now. But I had a lot of fun. It was nice to be back out there. It was nice to be back out there and catch a few fish jigging and feel it. Especially after pulling a skunk yesterday, it was nice to come out and get one out of the way right off the bat.
You're on fire.
That first drift for me, I mean, I had 4 or 5 bites of various species right off the bat, and I'm like, oh, boom, 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 there's one, and it worked. The only thing we were doing different, we started out with the blade bait. I already put mine away. The Homie that I was using, the rear set of trebles, I had a bladed treble on it, that VMC bladed treble, and then I dipped the head of my blade down in the that Potski fire gel. There's my little plug for Potski. I'm not affiliated with Potski in any way, but this stuff works and it stays on your lure. So I just take it, I dunk it down in there, pull it out. Even if there's chunks of it on there, I've never seen it affect the way the bait runs or anything. And so I had Paul dunk his in there, and pretty quickly thereafter you started catching some fish. So I don't know if that was the deciding point, but he was running a plain blade, and there were 2 distinct differences in mine between scent and that little extra flash. Water clarity seemed pretty good. I mean, it's still green. It's got a lot of algae in it because it's still warm. But clarity-wise, it seemed good. We haven't had any big winds to upset anything, so everything seemed pretty good. I wonder why they're all sitting on the water like that. But, and we saw Don Terry out there today too, and he told us, speaking of bait fish, that lower South Bay, he's seen buckeyes up inshore already. So that's a big deal. I haven't heard anybody talking about seeing any shad schools yet, but we're knocking on the door for that as well. So that's our morning. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. We'll make this short and to the point. I'll put a few pictures up. Paul had big fish of the day with just over 18 inches. Like I say, I had a monster sheep's head, which we heard a splash behind us this morning and started talking about sturgeon, and this is the time of year for them. And next thing you know, I hit something and I can't even move it, and womp, womp, and we both started getting excited, like, oh, maybe it's a sturgeon. It wasn't. It was a giant sheepy, but it was still cool. It was still...
The sturgeon really wasn't peeling line off. It was just...
No, and it didn't want to move off the bottom. I thought, well, geez, maybe the big catfish or something, but I haven't caught a cat in a couple years. And I don't know how many we get on the west end. I know most of the guys that catch them around the east end where it's deeper, but... So anyway, that's our morning. Great day. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow. Keep your tip up.